And hello everyone, welcome back to Tradeify Crypto YouTube channel. And I see a lot of new names in the chat. Before we start this live stream, I want to request everyone to subscribe our channel because we're very close to 2,000 subscribers. And we have Jonatan with the really good specs on, looking good. How are you doing?
Oh, thanks, man. I love streaming with you. You give me so many compliments. It's just, I don't need to get a complex about anything. So I'm good. How are you, mate?
I'm absolutely fine. Doing good. Had a good trade today. So yeah, it makes sense to be happy.
I am on the opposite side of that. I've had a bad trading day today. I've tried to buy euro dollar a couple of times, which hasn't worked out for me. So yeah, why I was buying it, don't know. I was trying to do a very short-term trade, but held on for it through. It hit my sort of. I would like to have a little take profit area of at least sort of 1-to-1, 1.5 to 1, and it tapped the 1-to-1 reward 3 times, and I thought maybe that's a sign to get out, and I decided. It wasn't, and then it just reversed and fell on me. So yeah, that sucked. But it's just a trade. There'll be another one.
Yeah, we have, and also 24/7. You can get a good trade on Saturday, on Sunday as well. So yeah.
Well, there you go. There you go. I'll never sleep. I'll just constantly trade.
Yeah.
Revenge trade. Get it back.
Make sure to get them dark circles. Just should look like a trade.
Love it. But yeah, not much action in the markets today. A lot of geopolitical headlines going around again today, which is great. We do have some pre-market sort of movers. I actually saw something quite interesting. I wanted to check it out while I was on the stream. I just wanted to see if, I know we're not huge sort of stock traders over here, but I just wanted to see Amazon pre-market might be down. I see that actually some of the geopolitical action has actually hit some Amazon warehouses, so I just thought that'd be interesting to have a little look at on the open. But yeah, I mean, looking at the oil prices are sharply rising here at the moment, especially Brent crude. So that looks like it's sticking to the upside. Any kind of breaks above here will really put some pressure on the likes of the majors. Dollar should be getting stronger off the back of that, which again kind of sounds mad why I would go euro dollar long in the first place, but I did. And yeah, maybe should have looked for the short position. I'll just show you what I was doing on that trade, and then you can say you're an idiot or not. So basically what I was looking at was this sort of little price action moving higher in the day. Saw this low sort of volume area through here, which
you have to reshare it.
I've got to reshare the screen.
Yeah.
1 second.
Hello, Glenn. Hello, Luna. Yeah, there are many people. Yes, and we are really good to see you all. So there is Akash Srivastava. Hi, hello. Ready for the giveaway? There's many highs, and let's go. Yes, he's more excited than anyone in the chat.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I am. And also, there are many surprises which we are going to, reveal later on. So stick around and find out. Ayush,
Yeah.
you one account, I'm a crypto trader, but no money to buy challenge. For you, you can just join our channel every day. We do give massive giveaways, and also very close to hit the 2,000 subscribers. So I'm sure that many giveaways will come in. So the chances of you winning an account is high. And you have Sensei in the chat, yeah? Yeah, go ahead, Jono.
Yeah, so I mean, I was looking at this sort of low volume node area. Well, my chart seems to have disappeared again.
Yeah.
No, I have the black chart.
White one is mine.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So yeah, I was looking at this area as acting as a bit of a resistance point, or maybe it could kind of like push up through that and head towards the sort of value area high. So we were trading around this sort of area here, and I thought, I'll buy it, see if we can get pushed through that level. We started to push through that level. This area here was kind of like my take profit area, and yeah, I decided to ignore the fact that we had this massive resistance level. So yeah, that one's on me. So not had a great start to the trading day. We'll look to see if there's anything or any more action this afternoon. I was looking at the S&P 500 as well, see if we can get any kind of action here.
Jonatan is saying that Bitcoin got some interesting moves today. It looked like a possible breakout. What do you think on that?
Potentially. Let's have a look. Let me delete some of all of this stuff on here. I mean, we've seen a lot of bullish momentum at the moment. I still think it has to get above this previous high. I think if it gets above this previous high, then yes, we can look for a bit more upside, perhaps back up into sort of the 72K level, maybe even higher than that. But this is a nice resistance area for the market. So we'll see how price reacts to that, because if I'm looking to be a buyer, I need to see, price reflects that in a way. So I like to see kind of like, higher highs and higher lows, just traditional sort of trend analysis, and then I can look a little bit deeper into it. At the moment, we've got, the price is still kind of working within this kind of move here. Now, interestingly enough, obviously price is closing back towards this high, and that can be a sign that we are seeing a bit more of a reversal forming. Although we may even kind of form a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern perhaps, and a bit of a push higher there. So definitely something to keep an eye on for sure, because I looked at it yesterday and we said maybe it's a bit more of a long yesterday because we were obviously trading Dodge as well, and we looked for the buy in line with the Bitcoin move. But seeing this, it looks a little bit overextended on the session now, coming into a major key level of resistance. So if anything, I would probably look for the short back down towards these levels. If we look at kind of the current move that happened, if we get up into that 66,000 area, maybe we could look for something where price gets in, starts to stall, breaks, pushes back towards sort of the higher volume areas, something like that. That would be kind of my trade plan going into today.
So boys Friday 87, maybe if I pronounce it wrong, I'm really sorry, saying I wanted to see if there will be a strong retracement in Bitcoin where I will look for long 640 to 67200 at least. Then let's take a look at the Bitcoin. So yeah, Bitcoin is about 200 SMA in daily time. frame. Bullish. Yes, bullish. We are bullish. Let's go to the daily time frame. Just let's break. Oh my god. It looks so good. And we are about, maybe for me personally, tapping the very close to the supply area, and here coming from the support level, and that's really surprising, seeing Bitcoin coming up again. Volume looks interesting here. Yes, it is. There is a lot of volume. The daily looks so clean. So, and also we have good support level, and I think Jonathan already talk about the area which can be next potential support is near here if you apply the volume profile. On the 4-hour, if we keep the momentum same, then I think the next target can be this high at 67249. So yeah, someone just said that they're looking for long retracement and they're looking for longs. Yeah, me too, mate. I'm also going to look for longs. Just get some retrace back in the range. So this is also my next support area. And then we can look for something like this. If we get some reaction and target this high, something like that on Bitcoin. What do you think, Jonathan? Are you going to full port with me?
Just get fully in. Yeah, man. I was just having a little look at. I want to see if there was some seasonal stuff going on, because I was going to bring it up yesterday, but I didn't. About Ethereum, and there was a strong sort of seasonal pattern on Ethereum. But usually, if we look at kind of the previous 10 years history, between the 13th of July and the 28th of July, Bitcoin is typically bullish. It has an 80% win rate over that amount of years, over that 10-year period. So that means there was 8 winners, 2 losses. Average gain of 15.8%. So if I was looking at that from sort of the average, when we take the 13th of July, we want to be looking at, let me use my Trading View charts because it's just a little bit easier. Where's Bitcoin? Here we go, down here. So from the 13th of July, we usually see on average 15% gain. So we're going to take a look at 13th of July. Let's just take the low of the 13th of July. So we've only done around 7% so far. So there still could be a good little bit of a move coming from that. I like to use seasonals and look at the average moves and things like that, because it kind of gives me a little bit of a potential framework, especially if price is following that sort of structure. So from the low, we're about 7.4%, 15% takes us into around 72,000 level. So that's something to consider. If we just have a little look at the max profit is around 30%, average loss about 11%. So that means that from that day, it can draw down on average around about 11.8%. Current year's price action compared to that, not great. We look at the current year and the 10-year, it has a minus 91% correlation, but it does have a 48% correlation with midterm election years, which is obviously the year that we are in. So maybe it could see it a little bit more upside. This one's a bit more bearish. It's saying a 48% correlation, which still isn't great. I like to see it above 50, preferably if it's above 70, even better. But still maybe a little bit more upside before we see that kind of continuation down, by looking at it from a seasonal perspective. So that's quite interesting. What I wanted to bring up was actually Ethereum.
Mm-hmm. So I think also, Jono, there are a lot of people joining. So what do you think we should do what should we give back to the community giveaway? I'm thinking to give away myself so I can go to the houses and trade their accounts. I'm profitable, 100% win rate. What do you guys think?
I mean, yeah, I didn't even notice you put the shades on as well. That you always throw me when you do that. I'm not looking at the screen, concentrating. I come back and he always has a different outfit on. Like, what's gonna be next? We're gonna see next.
So people in the chat, we can do the best question for the giveaway. What do you think, Jono?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
So I think let's give and make sure to ask this question to Jono only, and let's make it difficult for him to answer. So he should sweat when you ask the question, so we can decide the giveaway. That's the best way. So let's do that. So Akash is saying, no, sir, you have a lot of account. Give me one account. So he's not happy with me going there. B fart wins.
Best fart wins. That's going to be a tricky one to perform on. I'd get stage fright, I think.
So someone is saying, the dead sec is saying, why crypto? Because me and John are really tired of touching grass in the weekends, and we just want that the crypto backbone and look like this, and have a dent on our head, and with a dark cycle, so we can look like a crypto traders. So yeah, that's why we trade crypto. No rest, only food trade, sleep, food trade sleep, and it repeats.
Oh, we're allowed to sleep. I didn't think we were allowed to sleep.
Oh yeah, sleeping. When we take a trade and then we sleep,
Okay.
and we watch it between the naps. It's not a good sleep, It's just looking like this and then again going to bed. Looking like this and again going to bed.
Right. Is that why you wear the sunglasses, so you can take a nap whilst trading?
No. So I wear it because let's say if someone in my house sees me crying, or maybe my eyes red, they don't see it, so they can't see the pain.
I can't see the pain.
Yeah.
The tears behind his eyes.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. I
have some cushion. I have some cushion in here. That sucks the tears. So I'm crying right now.
I like it.
You can't say it unless I show you. Glenn is saying, Jonathan, why not plant in the background? So he might don't know it. So the thing is, Jonathan, that every host have some plant in their background, and even I don't. I have this.
I do have a plant, but it's on the windowsill over there. It's a very small plant. That's nice.
Yeah, smells plastic.
Do you not put like a little spray on it? Give it a little flowery tint.
Yeah.
No.
Jonathan is saying, Ayush, don't. Yeah, I'll get one. I tried to copy Jonathan and buy some bamboo, but they were not matching his quality. So I'm just trying to buy a coconut tree, in my room someday in a stream. Oh. I might do it when we hit 2,000 subscribers. I might bring the whole tree in my room. What do you think? We can do it.
I mean, yeah, if there's space.
Give it
Why
some.
not? Got to have a bit of something in there, right?
Yeah.
We did get some questions coming through, which were good. I might ask you one actually, considering you've got the shades on your crying already, so maybe we can ask some questions to you.
Mm-hmm.
The first question was, how do you manage risk?
So manage risk, it depends. Do you want when I manage risk when I'm on tilt, or do you want a risk management I do when I'm disciplined? There are two. So
I'll take the disciplined one.
All right. So when I'm disciplined and everything is going good, so I it's not always about the percentage wise in the prop space. It's more of like giving myself enough hits to pass an account. So let's say if my edge is powerful enough to get 5 hits and still pass the account. So if I have a 25K account, let's say there is $1,000 drawdown, and so I will risk around $200, and it also depends on the setup. If it looks shit to me, I would risk less, half of it, or if it looks A+, I'll go 200 and go 1:1, or maybe 1:2. My risk to reward is maximum I take is 2.5, not more than that. And 1 trade a day. That's the rule I follow, because I came across a point where I keep taking trades and there is no, reward at the end of the day. It's just break even or in red. So it's just rule, one trade, green or red, move on to the next. So, I don't have to wear the glasses to hide my tears.
Nice.
So Jonathan is saying, but if the setup looks shit, why even take it? So I like to, feel shit, because if I keep feeling like a king every day, my ego will increase in the market that I win every day. So it's very good to lose.
You do it just to humble yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I like it. I don't like the fact that you put yourself through pain. You shouldn't do that to yourself. It's a good point though. Like I like the fact how you manage risk by splitting it out, and it helps when it comes to, I guess, when you are losing a little bit, that you don't feel like you've lost too much. I always split my trades down into 3, so I always go sort of at least 0.25% before I even take a position. So that is my starting point, and then I like to look to build into a position based on if it's going in my favor, right, and we still have the right conditions. So whenever I look at a chart, I'm always thinking about the conditions of it. I follow a step method that's called the WCS method, which is something that I call it. The W stands for why. Why do you want to get long into this particular market? Maybe you're feeling like, for Bitcoin today, you feel like the market is a bit more risk on. You feel like, there's a lot of factors that are pushing this price higher. Maybe there's been some fundamental analysis that you think, or, maybe looking at the seasonal analysis, the sentiment analysis, you might be looking at volume and seeing that volume's increasing or whatever. That could be your why to try and trade this particular market, and maybe even get yourself a little bit of a bias. And then I like to look at the conditions around that market. So if I'm going to be a buyer, I'm looking for that predominant sort of upward trend that's forming. You can see I've got market profile on here. So that comes on with the strategy. So let's say I've got the market profile and I've got my levels in there, the value area high, the POC, and the value area low. One of those strategies I like to use is, if we do have an impulse, where do I want to be buying from? I want to be buying from these kind of levels. So I'll look for price to kind of come back, retest, and then add into it. So with my kind of trading strategy, it's about identifying and making sure these conditions match up and align with the why. And if those conditions continue, then I can add into another position. So, maybe the first position might be on a breakout. So let's say we get like a sort of an ascending triangle and price breaks out of that. I can look to buy on that, stop loss below the low. And as price continues, maybe I can use sort of like a 50 moving average bounce or something to try and add into those next 2 sort of positions. But I like to give myself 3 trades, because let's say we get the breakout, it false breaks, heads lower, takes me out. I've only lost 0.25% on the day. So it's nothing that's going to like hurt too much. If anything, you can lose 4 times in the day and still only be 1% down. And I like trading like that because it gives me a little bit of confidence. So like today, I lost all 3 of my euro trades. But I'm still down less than 1% because I used 0.25% per trade. So I'm only down 0.75% on the day. So that's not going to, hurt me too much. Because if it goes well, I can get a 4-5% week.
Yeah. So you guys saw that, the Jonathan really gave a really nice explanation with ease. He was not sweating and I was not as well. So we need some more heavy questions, so we can just say, okay, Roman, we are ending the stream, just something like that. So we need heavy questions. We are still doing the giveaway. So is it a question? Who is chatting from Jonathan account? He is talking about messaging coming back to back ghost. So there are that's a good question. I mean, there are 2 Jonathans, one with the edge and one without the edge. And if you find a Jonathan being active always in the chat, that's a different one with the what many people call him the blonde. Someone called that, where is the blonde? Mike said that.
I'm just going to comment saying, John Talks Forex. That's me on the stream.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's so the one on the stream is in the chat with the orange profile and his name on it. Yeah.
Loon asked a good question. What's your win rate, Jono? So my current win rate is about 64%. So take that what you will.
Can you give me the 4% from it?
Can you give me the what? Sorry.
Can you give me 4% of your win rate?
So you just want the 4%?
Yeah.
What? But that'll take you to 104%, right? So I don't think you don't need it.
Overpower my personality.
Yeah. Too powerful, yeah. And then it's
Right.
I've got a question for the chat.
Question for the chat.
Who trades manually or who trades with sort of algos? I'd like to know that. I'd like to know if people are out here developing their own things.
And what you guys are trading. I mean, can be a fart coin, which you can trade with Tradeify Kibbler. You can trade anything with Tradeify Kibbler. You can trade gold. You can trade SpaceX, all tokenized stocks like Nvidia, And also they're 24/7 open. So it's like you don't have to wait on weekends if you get some dues and you can place a trade in the account. The win 25% of the time. I'm both manual and algo. Robot, it makes sense that you do both by looking at your name.
Which one performs better? I'd love to know if you do both, which one performs better.
Yeah.
Because we've got a big session coming up today about trading psychology. So I like to think that some people might be using algos to like combat that psychology part of it, or so I'm interested to see if you do have that kind of you created those algos to try and help with the psychology, or is it just more to be a little bit more consistent?
Mm-hmm. We got a really spicy question in the chat. The 6I-C9F, nice name, saying, hey Ayush, most demanding question, win rate versus RR. Which should a bigger choose? I would say win rate. And both. I would say both. But if you're telling me to choose one, I would go with win rate. You know why? I don't know why, but I'll choose both. For you, Jono, what is it? Win rate or RR? Which matters to you most?
I'd say RR for me. As long as I stay above that 50% threshold with a good RR rate, then I'm going to be all right. I usually try and target sort of 1.5, 2R. 2R's obviously the golden point for that. So yeah, RR for me stands out the most. I think it depends what type of personality you have as well. I know a lot of people lower their RR rate to have a higher win ratio, so they feel that they are getting that hit of wins and feel confident. And things like that. So I understand people from that point of view doing that. But yeah, I think, I am fortunately right more than I'm wrong. But, if it was in the opposite camp of that, then, there are traders out there that try and target 4 or 5 to 1s because they know they have a poor win rate. And even a lot of institutions and stuff have really poor win rates, but they have really good, reward to risk ratios. So yeah, it can definitely help. Depends if you like losing or not.
Jonathan is saying for him, it's high win rate is more important with discretion. When you are in trade and it's going against you and it will hit SL, so would you still hold it or cut it, Ayush? So obviously, I mean, it depends on the volume. Let's say, let me draw, a studio rod. let's say I'm in longs at this price level, and candles are heavily coming in, because I use footprint chart and stuff. So if I see very aggressive selling coming in this candle, and I know 100% sure that there are chances that it will take my stop loss, and I'll cut it. I know for a lot of people, if I would see at the aggressiveness of the seller or buyer, depends on what direction I'm trading in. So I will cut it, But if my risk is really defined and I know the loss is not going to affect me, then I would just let it be. Because for me, it's one trade a day, 1:1, winner or loser, take it or leave it, kind of trading I do in the gold and Q. Yeah. We need more questions for the giveaway. We are giving away 10Ks, two-step account, which can trade 24/7. And one more thing, which we'll announce soon. It's a surprise, Which setup has made you the most money over your career? You mean setup? By setup you mean my model or kind of trading style? That's what you mean? Can you please elaborate your question? And I see you are new on the channel. Make sure to subscribe. Rajesh Kula, thank you, welcome. And Jono, before we move forward, let me break down my gold trade, which I took today. I have to find the screenshot because I take screenshot of winning trades, no screenshot of losing trades. I love to win, not lose. So yeah, now let me find it. Before that, hey Ayush, can you read my name again? Gerard Louis. Oh shit! Can I call you Gerard? Just Gerard.
Now, can you say it quietly and softly, very close to the mic?
Gerard.
Ayush out here, can I get us banned?
Where is the if I open my WhatsApp, it will be shared with people? No, thankfully not, but they would see some messages. Okay, so there is another question, and this guy is asking really nice questions. 6i, what psychological habit creates the biggest improvement in long-term profitability but is rarely discussed? I feel it's more about your routine. I know it's not related to trading, but if you are so disciplined with your routine and it's like waking up at same time, hitting gym or any sport at the same time, taking care and getting some air, and then looking for setups instead of just wearing glasses and crying behind it and trading. So yeah, for me, it's like how disciplined as a human you are. It will define your trading, or maybe as a trader, it will define a journey easily. I don't know why Jonathan is laughing. That was not funny. I was serious.
He was. Maybe he's thrown off because you were so serious.
Yes, we have a dedicated crypto. Yeah, we do. Maybe he laughed because. Okay, now I found the picture. I'm gonna paste it over here, and there you have it. So this is the same area you can see on the left over here. I sold at this price level where I saw aggressive seller. You can see I know it looks like maybe some candies, red candies or cherry on my chart, and some green cherries, but I like the red one today. It acted as resistance, and then price was rejecting, and I was targeting this high volume node. It went through, and it was in 4-hour resistance. And what is 4-hour resistance? Many people on our channel knows that we use wicks of the 4-hour as resistance. So this was the perfect reversal area for shorts. Okay, let's see what we have in the chat. There is a lot of question. Yes, there is. And if you can't find, okay, so they're talking about the Discord. Looks like a boom went off in chat. Yeah, looks like a bomb. I like bombs, you know. I love some explosions before I trade. What are the challenges a new trader face and hot to go about it? What is hot? Maybe you meant not. So for new traders, more of like they think that they'll win every day, or they'll join some Discord channel and it will help them. The Telegram channel help them, or maybe someone charging some fee per month to provide them signals gonna change their life. That rarely happens, or even if it does, there are very few, to be honest. I'm not saying there is none, very few to find as a new trader, because you know what they are doing when you have experience in the market. Do you trail stop loss? I think that's a good question for Jono, because I am a 1:1 trader. For me, it does not make sense to trail my stop loss because it will hit my take profit or just break even.
Yeah, I trail stops. So under sort of every sort of low, I'll trail my stop as long as price makes a new high. So it's not for every trade. Sometimes a lot of my gold trades I will trail stops because gold can move pretty quickly. So I'll kind of trail my stops to just make sure that I'm not getting caught out on the wrong side of the move. But yeah, you have to have a plan for every trade that you take. I think that's important as well. It's not just, I'm going to buy here because the setup's good. It's kind of like, okay, well, what can I expect out of this market? Where's it going to go to? If you feel like it's a bit more of a swing trade, so I do a lot of swing trading. So if I feel like there's room for this market or the sentiment to continue, and it's going to be sort of a longer term trend, then I will trail my stops on something like that, because I don't want to give back all of the profit from that move. If it's a short-term sort of day trade, I still trail stops, but I know that they're more likely to get taken out, so I will just be wary of that as well. So I think it just comes down to the type of trade that you're looking to do, and also what your data tells you. If you go back and let's say review like 50 to 100 of your trades, I know that sounds quite aggressive, but with AI these days, you can give AI your data and just say, if I was to trail stops on these trades, how would they have differed? How would they have played out? That's what I always kind of look to do. I'll always look at my data and say, how would it have played out if I did this? I saw someone mention earlier that they find it difficult. They take profits too soon. And that was a problem that I had. And fortunately for me, I worked with a guy that kind of copied my trades and actually applied proper sort of trade management, not necessarily risk management, but trade management on those. And he was making like 3-4x of what I was making on the exact same trades. It's just that I was taking profits too early, or I was holding on to the trades for too long. So for me, it was kind of like, okay, well, what he got me to do was, if I closed the position, I would then have to monitor that trade still for the next 2 weeks to see if it would have gone to my first take profit or my second take profit, or if it would come back and hit my stop loss. And I found that in that data, actually, that I should be holding my trades for a little bit longer to hit kind of like the 1.5, 2 hours, sometimes maybe even 3 hours, depending on that market. But yeah, it's your data is so useful. I think that's one thing I would say. If you are a brand new trader, people don't look at their own data enough to understand their own sort of trading. I think that you close out the week on a Friday, and we're all guilty of this, and just think, right, okay, I'll wait for the open on Monday and just do the exact same things. But you can't expect any results to change if you're doing the exact same thing over and over again. So yeah, there's kind of a twofold there. Track what you're your trades have done after they've closed. Don't just say, oh, they've closed, what would have happened, so be it. Go and look what happened after, monitor what happened next. I'd say that was one key turning point for me, definitely, was, but to be honest, I was embarrassed that some guy was taking my trades and making more money than me. So I was like, that kind of, I was embarrassed, and it also kind of, pissed me off a little bit. So
yeah, I mean that makes sense about the RR and stuff. I see there are really good traders with good big RR and good win rate. I see in some on the internet. So for me, it's like 1:1 with 70-60% win rate. Not much. I'm trying to maintain that. I see a guy, Godlike JD. So, Godlike JD, I have a question for you if you are with us in the chat. Is your name based on the gaming team we have in the India? Like Godlike, are you a fan of the team? I know it's not related to trading. I just want to know. Like, are you a fan of Godlike? Because there we have Jonatan, a Godlike player in the game, and we have two Jonathans here as well. This name is everywhere. You'll find it in gaming and trading. And
I used to be a pretty good high-low player, I must admit. Always top in leaderboards.
So do you play any game, Jonathan?
Do I play games?
So yeah.
Yeah, not as much anymore. I used to play a lot of like FIFA and stuff, and Halo and Gears of War and all that kind of stuff. Call of Duty.
Now you're talking.
Big Call of Duty guy. But that was probably back in COVID, because there was nothing really else to do apart from trade and play video games. So yeah, I was very much on that side of the fence there. Are you a gamer?
Yeah, I mean, games made me an adult. They taught me how to curse when the game is not performing well, and then I thought that I should stop it. I should be a good human, and then I started trading. Now I swear more. But the trend is not in my hand, I'm like, oh shit, what the hell is happening? Why it's not going there? So I just realized that gaming side was more beautiful than trading. I'm just more like monster now here. It's just that I control myself in the live stream.
Yeah. It's taught you well. It's taught you some valuable lessons that you can take into this. Yeah. I mean, they do say there's a lot of crossover between gaming and trading, and there's a lot of skills that you can take in terms of like recognizing patterns and all that kind of stuff involved in it as well. So there's actually a lot.
Yeah. On that note, I think we have. Yeah, I think, but there is a channel on our Tradeify Discord where the mods and the traders play games. Make sure to join our Discord channel. That we have a lot of updates about trading, gaming, and the discounts and stuff. So it's a really fun place to hang around, and you'll get like-minded people. Everyone is just taught me how to curse. Yeah, I mean, I used to play, Jonathan, I used to play with people double of my age, people who were the kids and stuff. Yeah, some of them are really old.
Yeah.
Can we trade against the pattern? I do. You can, you can always. Giveaway. For the giveaway, can we make it easy, or what should we do, Jonathan? Just there are many questions in the chat, and still coming in.
Are you trying to give away unlock a very good question? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah. So, okay, we have an update from Jonathan. We will be doing the giveaway during the Nav and Anastasiia session, which is going to start, I think, after 15 minutes. And I'm not saying one, but many giveaways. And there is some surprise coming in as well. So, I'm not just one account, more. I'm not going to say the number, but for that, stick around for more time and find out. Excited about the NUV and Anna session? Yes, me too. Instead of duck race, let's do the giveaway with drop code. What is drop code? I would love to know what is drop code. Exciting. It is exciting. So there is a guy saying I'm here only for the giveaway. He's being honest. I love it. I love it when people tell.
Yes.
I mean, it's me. Yeah, Kaifa Ali. I know it's you. I mean, I love the honesty, it's the best. So for the gold, I'm bearish. It just went lower from this low volume node. So, Jono, I know there are people uses volume profile differently. Like Anastasiia trades of point of control, and I trade from the low volume nodes. What is your area of entry?
I also like the point of control. I like where we see like a bit of it. So for like your screen there right now, if you were to draw a sort of a volume profile from your very high to the sort of like the recent swing low, where price rallied up and dropped, you'll probably find that was around that sort of point of control of just that little bit of an area there. So, when I'm looking at volume profile and market profile and stuff, I just find it helps you find some levels that you might not be necessarily looking at. If I look at, I also like value area high, value area low. I think it depends on what the market is reacting to, but I would mainly focus on those areas. I don't necessarily focus on low volume areas too much, although you do get things like single prints and things like that can also act as strong levels of support and resistance, but I mainly focus on these things. So for my recently where I had that gold trade down through here, that was probably the textbook trade that I would consistently do, which would be something like this, right? So let me just put the period separators on the chart. So where you have that kind of accumulation in price breaks out of it, comes back in, retests it. If I was to draw the market profile over there, that is for me my kind of textbook trade. So see a little consolidation, see a breakout of that, price comes back to and forms a rejection, look to be sort of like a buyer on that. That would be my kind of go-to.
Mm-hmm. So you don't look at the footprint and just candle closing and the reaction?
I used to look at the footprint, but I don't really anymore. I didn't feel like it was, at the end of the day, it's just another tool. I didn't find that it really kind of added that much value to what I was doing. So for me personally, it just wasn't a tool that I thought I would kind of keep up with. I found that when I was using sort of, footprint, then I was kind of watching the numbers a bit too much. So, and then I was making sort of rash decisions. I've seen a lot of people in here today talking about how to handle your emotions. And I think if you're using a tool that you find is ruining your emotions, then you should probably not use that tool. So that's what I found with footprint. I was just kind of reading every single kind of number and reading too much into it. Obviously, what I really like the combination of is where you have a thing like a point of control and you look at the volume around that point. So is there strong volume going into the level? Do we start to see that volume? Let's say there was strong selling volume here at this candlestick here, but you started to see a lack of follow through on that sell-in pressure. I know a lot of people, that will be sort of absorption. And that's what I think works pretty well, is looking at that type of thing at a key level.
Mm-hmm. And there is a lot in the chat, Roman. Sorry, Jono. So Godlike is saying, sir, you trade only crypto or futures also. So you can trade whatever you trade with. Sorry, I hit my mic. So you can trade gold in futures. You can trade gold in crypto. You can trade everything with CFD. I think so you can trade anything with Tradeify, crypto and futures. It's just you can trade options, tokenized stocks. You can trade SpaceX. You can trade Nvidia, and a lot. There is a lot which I think I need a list. We have really big list, and you can go on the website, and things you can't trade with other firm, you can trade with Tradeify crypto. Does Tradeify crypto has a competition like Tradeify futures, Grand Cup, and World Cup? Yes, we do have the monthly competition for that. You have to go on our website, register your email, and just you will be notified when the next competition opens up for the next month. So it helps for 30 days, and there are really massive prizes every single month we give away to the community back. And on the Discord, the people who are actually winning the competition are really active. So over there, you will understand how they trade, and they are really active there. So yeah, make sure to join our Discord channel. Also go on our website, log in there, register your email, and then you'll get yourself in the competition. Can someone be profitable trading chart pattern only? Memdex, welcome back. I thought it was someone else, but Memdex trying to win an account, and it is a good question. So, I mean, it depends on the experience of the chart patterns the person has. If like you're trading a bearish flag or any pattern, how much time you have spent trading the pattern, have that answer. Like if I teach a new trader a pattern and tell them to trade it for a month or two, they will end up making losses. But if someone trading pattern for years and years, so I think they can make it happen. So it's more of like spending enough time. And we have Roman saying only 60 more subscribers for 2K. Let's go. If we hit 2K, I think we'll increase the giveaway accounts then, What do you think, Roman? I mean, Jonathan and Roman, both.
Sounds good. Let's get it up there. I mean, yeah. I think also as well, Ayush should do a challenge if we get to 2K. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
Everyone agrees. The subs are just going to go flying up now. I'd like to see him wears different sunglasses, like larger sunglasses. I want them to like be this big. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah, I have seen those. So you want to hide my face so I can cry properly?
Yeah, I think we need to support you. That's what it is. We've got to support you by being able to hide the tears further.
Yeah.
Maybe get you with some window wipers on as well.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I think at this point I should wear a helmet on live stream.
Yeah. Do you have one?
Yeah, there is. I can wear it. So there is another price action versus SMC versus ICT for beginners. To be honest, you have to get some punches with price action, and then you will learn. But for me, it's not about strategy. It's more of like how well you have spent time on that pair, where you can use anything. It's with just Japanese candlesticks. For me, if I remove this thing, I can still trade using the range and the reaction in the market. So it's like having tools is not really going to change everything, but spending enough time can make you so comfortable that you can use or learn any strategy, and at the end you will realize that every single thing is pointing the same thing, but still I don't know what I was saying. Can you continue, Jonathan?
You were saying you can still trade without the volume and stuff, but you prefer, I guess, trading with it gives you a little bit more information versus than just looking at a blank candlestick chart. I'm of the camp of making sure you find the why first. So that can give you confidence as well. If you understand why a market could be doing something, then that can give you a lot of confidence in holding a position, or even taking a position in the first place. But you can definitely, I don't say you can't make money just using candlestick charts. People have been doing it for years and years. Obviously the game has changed slightly where people are not necessarily swing trading a lot anymore. They're more day trading focused, and they're trying to trade very small movements per day, and that can be difficult too, versus looking at the bigger picture. But I think if you try and stay on the right side of the bigger picture more than often than not, you can still come out with some decent. I mean, some strategies that I use are very, very simple. It's just sort of like a 3 time frame, moving average strategy, and it works. But you have to be very consistent in using it. You have to make sure that you're using the right risk management for it to maximize its potential. But so you don't need volume profile, you don't need market profile, you don't need volume footprint, but it's just extra data and extra information that can just help.
Yeah, and the data comes with time.
Oh, massively. Yeah. It takes a while for you just to focus on that. I mean, one thing that I learned that was pretty helpful to me is learning how to lose well. So knowing when to cut a loss is good. Have you fallen asleep?
Yeah.
Yeah, you okay? Was that boring? Oh my gosh.
I'm good. No. There was some message on the. Yeah. I think in 5 minutes, Anastasiia and now will join, and they will share a lot about trading and their experience on the chart, and also they'll be doing giveaways, and will be joining shortly. Yes, exactly. So make sure to leave your job and go to your home and watch the live stream because you're gonna get a lot today. I know you guys saw 2 beautiful women on the thumbnail, but there are 2 men. You're not being scammed. You'll actually see them soon, but you guys just gotta wait.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about doing comedy on the side?
No. I'm learning from Jonatan.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's where right. Okay, nice.
That's why I got him sensing.
I feel like I've not seen many of your short videos yet, but I've heard a lot about them. So I feel like I want to go back and I'm gonna have a little look.
What kind of video are you talking about?
The one without a bed.
I didn't see her.
I'm here. I'm ready. You can add me if you.
Hello, Anastasiia.
Hey guys. Hello.
How you did?
Good. How are you?
Yeah.
Hey, we're doing good with likes, huh? What are people waiting for today? Is there something happening?
They're waiting for you.
Yeah.
I think they're waiting for now. Most of us. For all of us. There we go. How are you guys? Are you guys trading anything today?
I've not took anything yet. There's just been a lot of nothing going on right now. Again. I was waiting for Bitcoin to come up into this resistance level, and then I was going to look to see if I could fade the move, but it's not come up to anywhere just yet. Just waiting for that little extra move, see if I can fade that down. But other than that, nothing really going. I lost the Euro trade earlier, so I'm just waiting for a better setup.
I love how you said a lot of nothingness is going on. I'm like, I was in 3 trades during the day, and guess where I ended up?
Hopefully in profit.
Break even.
Oh,
Not that bad after all, but you know what I
No.
mean?
no.
That's exactly how I feel. Hey everyone, how are you guys doing in the chat? Welcome. Hey guys. Saki Duffy, Gary is here with us as well. Welcome. Well, welcome actually. You guys have been already here, so I'm kind of just joining now. All of you have already been having the whole hour of a live stream.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to your session today, though. I'm excited.
I'm excited. I actually found out that Nav has been working with some of the people I know closely. So funny enough, me and Nav actually share one student, just one from the technical side and one from the mentality side and the trader psychology side. So funny, that's my good friend. We've been knowing each other for many years actually, and he's just amazing. And it was just so surprisingly to find out that all of us three know each other. You know, there is a link between all of us three, and me and Nav don't actually know each other personally. So I'm really looking forward to meeting her. I'm looking forward to ask her many questions. I have a list of many questions prepared as well. So I am excited. I'm really excited. It's going to be really good.
Yeah.
I always find that funny when somebody knows somebody that you know,
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
you don't know that. It's always like, oh, I wonder if they've spoken about me before.
Yeah.
I wonder what they think of me.
Yeah, you know how it's like a big world, but it's such a small world in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I'll also drop some question in the chat, Anna. So make sure to read my questions. Don't ignore me, please.
I don't know. I'm gonna think about that. I'll try to not forget.
Yeah. I mean, it's very, very easy to find me in the chat. You know, I'll shine with the blue color with many questions.
It's gonna be difficult to overlook.
Yeah. And also, the best question is her and now I'm gonna pick someone of you for the giveaway. So
yeah, guys, by the way, for asking, everyone is asking in chat how to participate in the giveaway today. So first of all, just in a moment, we're going to be activating only subscribers chat. So if you're not a subscriber, you're not going to be able to text in the chat. So make sure that you are subscribed and you did hit the like button on the stream as well. And then what you can do afterwards is to type a really good question to Nav. And we're going to be selecting not one, not two, but 3 winners of giveaways today. So you guys have a chance to win 3 accounts or 3 people who are winning accounts today for the best question. So in the end of our live stream, we're going to choose the best 3 questions that were asked, and you're going to get accounts. So make sure that you are subscribed, you hit the like button, and you will come up with a very, very good question. Something not standard, not something that ChatGPT is going to give you. So be creative, you know, what is that? I feel like the best questions are always what are you guys facing, you know? What is actually something that you've been struggling with regarding the trading psychology? And what are those things? Because in a matter of fact, all of us, no matter how good or bad trader, no matter how much experience, no matter what market you trade in, no matter of fact, we all face exactly the same things. And I've mentored quite a few people, quite a few traders before I stopped teaching directly. And everyone faces exactly the same mistakes. There is slightly difference, but there is a set of the same exact things that we all go through. So no matter how unique we think we are in a human psychology, like national psychology, I think has this huge effect. I'm really looking forward to get Nav's insights on that as well, because in my personal opinion, the psychology in life, just normal psychology, is really close to the trader psychology. And I want to know her opinion on that topic as well, because I feel like, I love trading also because to become a better trader, you have to become a better person. You will have to become a better version of yourself and overcome some of the things that you didn't even know existed in the first place until you started trading. You will have to leave all of the things behind and create new habits, create new parts of your personality to become a better trader. So I'm looking forward. Yeah, so now we are on the only subscribers chat. So make sure that you are subscribed if you want to text in the chat. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to comment. If you cannot comment, you will also not be able to ask a good question. If you cannot ask a good question, you cannot win the giveaway.
Exactly. And I just subscribed.
Oh my God. Well,
Joe,
I
was just thinking the
Ayush
exact
already
same.
subscribed.
Yeah.
Can't delete
And
you
there
guys.
are many people in the chat with a new name. Make sure to hit the subscribe so we hit 2,000, and they might do extra giveaways. It depends. It depends if you guys do it. Win-win for both.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not a subscriber.
You guys are horrible. I can't believe that you haven't been subscribed.
In my defense, I am new. Ayush, how long have you been here?
Ayush, we do have a question in the meantime to you while we're waiting. For now, chat is really wondering which kind of shampoo are you using, because your hair apparently looks amazing today.
Shampoo. Oh. I was just talking about that I'm losing hairs because of trading with Anna in the previous stream. So yeah, I'm just taking care of it. So yeah, if you're a trader, you have to use a better one. What confirmation for entries that trade? Guys, my question. So the thing is, you guys can ask questions to both of our hosts as well. You can ask Anna. You can ask Jono at how Jono is doing with the black theme of his charts, why he's using the black theme, not white, kind of questions.
Yeah, because the white are the best ones, right? So why would anyone use black chart? I don't know, obviously two of us are using white and Jonah is using black, so something is wrong here.
Yeah. You should use white.
I just like using the color orange. So I know that's red right now, but the dark orange color I really like. So on TradingView it looks better, obviously, but I think it stands out a bit more to me. So, and it makes me feel professional in terms of Bloomberg colors are orange, and I watch a lot of Bloomberg, so I feel like I'm trying to be in that vibe, be in that camp.
So it comes from the love to the orange color, not the black color.
To be fair, I used to. I'm trying to think of what my old one would be. It might be. No, that's not that one. I used to use. No, not that one either. No. So yeah, I must just like the black theme. No.
Yeah.
That just doesn't do it for me. I just think that's just doesn't stand out enough.
Doesn't stand out? What do you mean?
That's better.
It's for the first time ever, I finally have someone who is also using white chart, being Ayush, because normally I'm the one who's using white, and everyone's like, why are you using the white chart?
I'd like to know what's easier to see. I feel like you reckon?
When you keep it white, the candle pops up, but in black, the candles are not visible too much for me. But maybe I'm blind.
Yeah.
And guys, we are very close to 2,000. We just need a few more.
Yeah, guys, if you're gonna hit 2,000, we might do some extra giveaways as well. So make sure that you are subscribed. Also, for those of you who are watching and cannot comment, some motivation for you to subscribe. You're gonna get a chance to win one of the 3 accounts that we're gonna do today. And in the meantime, actually also very important, if you guys want to win the account for the question, make sure that you go to your channel and you add an email for your YouTube profile to make sure that you can be in the account with Tradeify Crypto. So you need to go back to your YouTube profile, add an email, and so we can find you and sell you an account.
Yeah.
There was actually a really good question before Nav joins. There was the person that's reposting this question several times already. Like, I want to ask you how much impact our surrounding life and family environment impact on our trading. You know,
Right.
like it's a really good question. It's a very good question. And I'm going to answer very shortly because I don't know when Nav is going to come on, and I really want to hear your guys' opinion on that. I think it affects drastically. This is why successful people focus on routine, because people do not struggle with financial management. They struggle with emotional management most of the time. And if you have emotional waves continuously, if someone or something in your life is creating emotional instability, it's going to be hundreds of times more difficult for you to be profitable as a trader, I find. So you need to mostly create the routines that are going to bring you back to peace and bring you back to stability. On the flip side, you need to realize that life is going to keep happening. You know, when we were growing up, no one has told us that adult life is like this, but the things can keep happening. Life doesn't stop, you know, it doesn't get easier. You just get stronger and you learn how to build the routine to keep you grounded. Now, when I started trading, I didn't tell my family about this I didn't tell them that I left university. Actually, I didn't tell my dad ever. I think he kind of figured that out afterwards, because now he's learning how to trade himself. But my mom, I've told only 1.5 years ago, and I'm trading for 10 years. So they didn't know that I left university. Also, why? Because I was trying to minimize the emotional impact that their comments and their worries are going to get on where I want to be. You know, so whatever you can doesn't mean that you need to drastically change like everyone in your life just because you want to, you know, become a trader. But eventually it will help you to get rid of like some things that affect you emotionally negatively as well. And for me, it was a huge thing. What do you guys think about that? Ayush, Jonah?
I mean, that's 100% with the surrounding and stuff. You know, when I was struggling a lot with trading, I know that someday it's all gonna be. I don't know what I'm talking about. Can I just ask you what was the question?
How much?
That shows how much Ayush is listening to us. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just
She explained it so well that I lost what the question is.
You know, I love how confidently you started considering that you actually don't know what was the question. The question was, how much do you think emotional instability or stability is going to affect your success in trading?
Oh, it does 100% for me. It's like when I stopped actually all the nonsense in my relation and stuff with the people and then the surrounding, it actually helped me. You know, when I was in college, I had a really good, I should say not good, but there were a good group of friends and we were doing really well. And then I realized that I have to go out and explore things. And I realized that all of them said, you know, you're just going to end up losing. And they were not wrong in the beginning, because that's what happens in the beginning. You're just trying many things out and you're just losing money and you don't have any support. And even if you'll try to talk with someone who's not a trader, it will get more messed up. You know, it's just, they can't really understand a trader's feeling than a non-trader. So it's like understanding really well that no matter what, if you are in a shit, you have to make sure that you come out from the shit by yourself. So yeah, so it's like having understanding of that there is no help coming in. It's you versus you. There's no one's gonna help you. You can take help from people by the strategy and stuff and risk management, but no mental help in this space. That's the toughest part, which no one really talks about. So yeah. So, and we have one guy copy pasting same question again and again, that, you know, I do enter the right trades, but I exit as soon as I gain 20-30 points. How can I book the full profit on my trades? I mean, just don't cut it. I mean, let the market go. And also me and Anastasiia, and also in future Jonatan, we are posting a lot of content on YouTube channel. Go there. We explain you guys exactly where we put our take profits, and there is a reason behind it. So it's for me, when you say that you cut it after 20, 30 points, if you go there, they might help you and gain more, points in the market. Because when we put our take profits, there is some reason behind it. And it's not always on dollar based, but it is totally based on our model and the auction base at where the market really wants to drive towards. It can be 50 points away, it can be 30. And when you said you take only 20, 30 points, it makes sense. I do take 20, 30 points when there is no reason for market to go beyond that. But to know that, you have to go on our channel, watch our videos, and there's a lot of content out there. Just start with the first video. I think we have uploaded near 15 videos till now on the volume profile, me and Anastasiia on that. So yeah, that will surely help you to target more points in the market than just cutting it out in fear, something like that.
Yeah. Jonatan, what do you think is regarding regarding emotional stability? What was your point of view on that? I forgot he's I forgot he's here.
I think it's massive. Actually this time last year I went through some big sort of life changes with my family and close family and stuff, and it really impacted how I looked at the markets, and I fell out of love with it a little bit for that period of time. And I didn't feel like I could focus too much on it either. So I ended up actually just not trading for about 3 months. I kept in touch with the market, kept on top of sort of just routine analysis, kept on top of my Sunday routines that I do, just to make sure that I didn't necessarily lose touch, but I didn't feel like I could take good decisions at that time. So I actually didn't trade for like 3 months, sort of this time last year because of situations going on. So yeah, I think it's massive. I don't think it's necessarily talked about that often. But if you're not mentally focused, it can be very difficult for you to make the right decisions on a day-to-day basis, on a consistent basis. So yeah, you need to make sure that you're doing the right things to put you in the good headspace. I was having this conversation. This is why I golf so much, because you get 4 hours away from the chart, thinking about absolutely nothing. So that little bit of away is just a bit of peace for me. So that's why I do that so much.
Yeah, it's like whatever works, whatever works, just to get your head out of it.
Yeah.
Guys,
Ayush, did you see what did you say?
Subscribers.
We hit 2K!
Congrats.
What's that? What is that?
That's a little celebration. And we have a guy saying in the chat that Tradeify has the best payout system, something like that. Yes, and you can go there on the payout junction. You can see that the Tradeify is always on the top when it comes to the payout. So yeah, and congrats.
Yeah.
2K
and
subscribers.
Since we have the best payout in place, you still have a chance to win one of the 3 accounts. But I just want to remind you, there is absolutely zero reason to post the same questions like 20 times in the comments. If you fall on your keyboard and your keyboard is broken, I'm just gonna put you in timeout for 30 seconds to make sure it's unblocked, and then you can come back.
Yeah.
All right, let's make it a deal, because some of these questions are like 20 times repeated in the comments.
Yeah. Or might Roman, if Roman starts banning everyone, it will be heavy.
I think Roman is not gonna, because Roman is super nice guy, but I'm not so nice, so I'm already putting some people in timeout. As you can see, some of the questions disappeared from the chat. It's me.
Okay.
It's been me.
So it's you.
Yeah, it's been me. There are so many questions, but there was one question actually. Ayush, Jonatan, if it comes to movies, do you prefer sphere or cube?
Movies?
Sphere or cube? What does that mean?
What? Yeah. What does
Absolutely
that
no
mean?
clue. I hoped you guys would know.
Hero cube. What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Absolutely no clue.
You know, there's some questions in life where I think, am I just getting old, or is that actually like a real question? So, you know, that's one of those where I question that, then thinking, is that like am I too old to know the answer to that?
Oh, and we have now with us on our
Do we?
panel. Yeah. Can't you?
Oh my god, am I live right now? This
Yeah,
whole time
we
I
are.
thought I was just in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome.
My god.
Welcome.
Hey, now how are
Nice
you
to be
doing?
here. I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Amazing. So glad that you joined. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're so excited. The chat is just going crazy. That's been waiting for you.
Is it actually? Hold on, I'm gonna load up the chat right now.
So many people. So excited to have you.
Hey, let's go! I didn't know. I thought I was just joining in the background right now. I wasn't ready, but I guess I am.
You know how they say ready never comes.
Ready never
And hope you are just with us. Glad to have you with us. Amazing.
Hey, good to be here. Let me tell my community really quickly that I'm live, because I thought, you know, I still
Absolutely.
was going to be live in 10 minutes.
No worries.
I know they're super excited. I know they are so excited. And I'm happy to answer like any questions or anything like that people have.
Oh, we have a lot of questions for you. I'm gonna be very selfish, and I'm gonna start with my
Hey
question
guys,
first,
great.
and then we're gonna go to the community questions as well.
I'm excited. I don't feel nervous at all.
Just let us know when you're ready. In the meantime, I'm just gonna quickly remind everyone in the chat that you guys are going to get 3 accounts given away today for the best question. Now, that being said, please do not repost the same questions 10,000 times. We see it. If you don't answer it immediately, it's because we gotta go back to it. All right. So make sure that you can repost it, but once in a while. And in the end of our live stream, 3 of you are gonna get giveaways on the Tradeify crypto accounts for the best question asked. So I'm really excited.
And Anna, Jonathan told us to, leave you guys alone.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Told us to go.
I'm gonna leave you to it.
Leave the
Yeah,
panel. Let them
You guys
have
can
it.
give us some privacy here.
Yeah.
Have fun. Enjoy.
Bye. Enjoy the
So
session.
it's a girl time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you guys. We love you, but tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Exactly. Yeah. So bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye now. Bye.
Cheers. Cheers.
All right. I'm
All
locked
right.
in.
Yes, amazing. And then your community is about to join as well. And while you're joining, actually, I just want to say that I'm super excited to meet you. And apparently we do know each other just from the third people. The world is so big and so small at the same time, isn't it?
Crazy. It's crazy. The synchronicities of life, like they never fail to surprise me. So when I found out that you were a mentor for one of my clients, I was like, oh my, this is Anna. Like this person has been talking to me for like 2 years about Anna. And I didn't register that you are Anna until I posted it in my Discord yesterday. And he was like, oh my God, like that's Anna. What are the chances?
He actually messaged me today, and I also didn't know he told me so many good things about you. And I can see how his journey completely changed, since he started working with you. So, but I didn't know the name. So when he messaged me and you messaged me about this, I was like, wow, it's incredible that we have a chance to meet and we have a chance to speak here in person. And I'm sure that everything that you have to say is going to bring so much value to all of our communities, to all the people that are going to watch it. So thanks again for being here with us today.
No, it's seriously my pleasure. It's seriously such a pleasure.
Yeah. If you don't mind, can I ask you just a couple of questions first myself? I'm going to start it selfish, as I said. So I really want to know, what is your journey with trading? How long have you been in this space, and how did it happen that you are here?
So I've been trading myself for coming up to 6 years now, actually. I think it's 6 years in August. However, my journey as a trading psychology coach, which is like what I primarily do now, started around 2.5 years ago. So that's kind of where I put most of my energy and attention. Because for me, I genuinely love trading, but I love mindset more. So for me, it's like, how do I live a life that is the most fulfilling, the most fun to me? And I do trade. I just more so focus on trader psychology. So that's kind of where it's at right now.
So this is what pulled you towards more psychology than teaching strategies, for example, or diving more into trading yourself. So the love for psychology and like trying to expand it to all the areas of life.
Yeah, like for me, I think I've always just been so fascinated by people and the way that people's minds work. Yeah. So it was just such a natural merging of both my worlds when it came to trading psychology. But yeah, like for me, I believe that people should do the thing that's going to get them out of bed in the morning, because there's going to be days where challenges are going to present themselves and you might not feel like you want to do the thing, but your passion for the thing is going to be the thing that makes sure that you complete whatever task it is that is on your mind. And for me, it's like understanding trader psychology, understanding the way that their brain works. And each person is so different. It's like the stock market, right? Like every day you don't really know what you're going to get from the charts. So each person is different. And for me, it's like when I'm viewing a human, I almost feel like I'm viewing my own chart. I'm viewing that person's progression. Like, how are they doing? Are they making forward progress ultimately?
Yeah, I understand completely, because I think it's just such an important part that when people come into trading, they didn't really realize they're going to face it, But that being said, because I know that you said you are very interested in general about how people work and how their brain functions and decisions we make and how it affects it. So how do you think the trading psychology is different from a common one, just in the regular therapy, let's say, if someone decides to choose in between two? So what's going to be the difference?
I wish Nimesh was in the chat, because I know that he has been very open about the fact that he went to therapy before he found me, and he was still unprofitable after, I think it was something like 5 years. And then within 2 months of working with me, he got his first payout. A month later, he got a 5-figure payout. So it's like when you're working with a therapist and when you're working with just like a psychologist, they're not necessarily working in the same direction as you're trading. So the brain works through neurological pathways. And if you're not rewiring those pathways specifically, you're still going to suffer. Like you might find limitations, limiting beliefs. It might support you in getting over like particular trauma. But so I'm just seeing the chat and it's like making me smile. I love you guys.
They love you. I'm tracking the chat and they are going absolutely crazy. And hey, there is a reason for that. There is a reason for that.
Oh, is there a prize? Is there going to be a prize or something?
No, they just love you. I'm saying about the value that you're about to say.
Yeah. Like I need to be willing to accept love more, like what's the reason, guys?
You are the reason. That's more than enough reason, trust me.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, like I'm reading the chat. This is really cute, like really sweet. I'd be happy to answer people's questions too. I can see Nimesh was just in the chat as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm so happy for Nimesh to even share his story in the chat if he wanted to, but also happy to answer any questions that you have for me.
Yeah, so, well, thank you for answering this one, because this is actually something that I was really interested in as well. Because I was just saying to guys before you got on the stream as well, that to become a better trader, I feel like you need to become a better person, and you will have to leave some of the limited beliefs behind and change certain habits and some personality traits that be not serving you. And some of those are going to come out only when trading. Like I haven't known that some of my personality parts exist existed before I actually got into the markets, So like another question that I would love to ask, and I think a lot of people in the chat are gonna benefit from this, is that what are the most common things that people are coming to you with? And let's say that we take, one common one. How would you deal with that? How would you actually work, and what the process would look like? Because I think people they don't realize how common those things are and how many of us, if not all of us, face exactly the same things.
I would say maybe like one of the most common things is that there is an internal narrative that is wired in people's subconscious that they don't really believe that this is going to work. And because there's a massive plane like going past if anyone doesn't know, I'm in Colombia, so I'm like in the middle of mountains and things like that, so we get a lot of planes and stuff that pass through. But I would say one of the most common things that I see is people lack self-belief. It's very internal though, it's very deep. Like on the surface, it might come across as no way, like of course I'm going to be successful at this, of course I'm going to be great at this, otherwise why would I try? But that belief is reflected on the charts the minute that they begin to trade, because when you start speeding up, for example, you start over leveraging, you start revenge trading, you get FOMO, there is a narrative that is running that is saying, I don't really believe this can work, and therefore I need to try and control this situation. And so like the first thing that people need to do is really understand, like, what does a successful trader even look like to you? Like, how would you be representing yourself on the charts if you were a consistently profitable trader? Or if you really, truly believed without a shadow of a doubt, with certainty beyond logic, that this thing is going to work for you. Like, this is it. No matter what happens, no matter what losses you're taking, you're able to sustain that belief long enough that you can get over the negative side of things and you can get over the lessons without like blowing an account, for example.
So would you say it's a little bit of a healthy dose of delusion that
100%.
carries people on?
100%. Delulu is the Salulu until like you rewire the brain enough that it has enough evidence to say like, okay, this thing is actually true. And this is with any belief, like there's challenges that will come up for every single human in life. And you guys, sorry, I'm like reading the chat. I need to not read the chat. But like you guys are ultimately going to be the person that decides whether or not you want to shift those beliefs, like if that is something that aligns with what you want out of your life, or if you want to remain as a trader who is always struggling, you know? And I know that doesn't align with most people. However, the subconscious is saying something different. And you know that because you'll see it within your actions.
Yeah, so like actions never lie, they say, you know, like we can lie to ourselves, but the result is also always going to show, and we cannot lie to the charts. They're going to bring the reality up on us very, very fast as well. But there's something interesting that you said, you know, that a lot of the times, for example, and I think that's the reason why people close the trades early, or they overmanage or they overtrade because they also don't really believe that this is going to work in this inside of them, like you said. But let's take statistics. How many times people come to you with a specific problem? How much percentage approximately is this really psychology issue? And when can it be fixed from the specifically system perspective? Is there a case, let's say in general, that you say, hey, you know what, this is a system only and it has nothing to do with your psychology?
Most of the time, it is psychology. Like I would say 95% of the time that people come to me, if not 98% of the time people come to me, it's psychology, because they've like tried 5 different strategies at this point. They've spoken to me about what they're doing, what entries they're looking for, blah, blah, blah. But they'll come to me with the approach of, I know where to put my entry, I just can't follow through. Or I know how much I should be sizing, I just end up sizing up way too much and then I blow my account. So most of the time it is like really psychology over strategy. But if someone comes to me and it's genuinely a strategy issue, I'm very open to say like, you don't need me right now. Like, go work on this thing instead.
Oh, that's actually really great. I was really curious about hearing that if you do this, or is it like you take 100% of the cases and you try to solve it with psychology? So there are some of the parts.
There are some, yeah. Like, there's even been times, like, for example, Nimesh can vouch for this. Like, he may have said something to me. Anyone who's watching this, like, Nimesh is one of my clients who's also working with Anna. But, like, if Nimesh would come to me over something, for example, I might say to him, like, go ask Anna. Like, that's an Anna question because it's to do with your strategy, like what you're looking for before you enter. And that's not something I can tell him because that would be based on my strategy and it may not fit. So, like, all strategies work. It's about finding which one can you implement over and over and over again, like which one actually suits your personality type. So if it's a strategy issue, I'm very open to say, like, go deal with that first. Like, go find this thing and then we'll handle the next step.
So that being said, there was a question in the chat. I saw it was some time ago, so I don't know if the person reposted this or not. But the question was basically that the person has a very good win rate overall, but he always takes only a part of the profit, so 20, 30, 40, let's say, points, and he wants to take more. Now, there is two approaches to this, right? I would say you need to backtest the system as well to see what is the potential, let's say, of the system of hitting most of the times and to get out on when the majority of the trades reverse. So statistical approach that can potentially extend or confirm that what he's doing is good. So he calms down with a desire to take a bigger profit from the trade. There is also a psychological part, right? Why the person can cut only parts of the losses. So answering this question, which approach would you take, for example?
Well, first, like, one of the most shocking things for me, I think, as like going into being a trading psychology coach, was what I thought would be the number one issue coming up wasn't the number one issue at all. It's actually people's inability to hold on to their winners. So what someone is facing, whoever asked that question in the chat, what you're facing is actually the most normal thing that I see in trading. And really, it comes down to the belief system that you don't truly believe like you can even hold that amount. So, like, let's say, for example, if you're in theory, you want $2,000 on your trades. Now you take a trade, it's a clean A+ setup, you have your risk in place, maybe you're going to risk $200 on the trade, you want to get that trade, right? When that trade starts moving in your favor and it goes up $500, you got to start asking yourself, what thoughts are actually coming up for you in that moment? Like, are you starting to feel, I can't give this money back? Are you starting to spend that money in your head? Like, what is actually going on? Because there is part of you, if you are closing that trade early, there's still part of you that says, I'm not the trader who can actually take $2,000 trades because I need $500. And that's not a match. So your results are going to be mismatched.
So is it like something that is amount of being comfortable with that specific amount as well?
Yeah, I would say begin to visualize like what it even feels like to hold on to your winners. And even you could go ahead and like visualize a previous trade that you've taken where something like that has happened to you and you've cut the winner early. Or you could negatively visualize it in the sense of, what if it does hit your stop loss? Train yourself to feel content with that feeling so it's no longer scary. Because if you're closing a winner early, you're basically acting out of fear, right? Your brain is thinking, oh shit, I need to now, sorry, can I swap?
You can.
Okay.
You can. A lot of things.
Your brain is now saying like, I need to protect this. This thing is important to me. So if you can identify that and where the fear is actually kicking on. So for example, it's starting to move in your favor. One of the first things you want to do is bring awareness into the picture. What thoughts are even coming up for you? A lot of the times, like as humans, we have so many irrational thoughts and belief systems that like actually don't serve the goal. So find what those thoughts are. Find the thing that's actually making you go, well, if I was a successful trader, would I cut this trade early? What is this trade saying about me? if I take this profit early, is this me just saying that, oh, now I have proof that all the work that I'm doing is actually working? Or is it coming from a place of, I can't give this back because I have bills coming up and this will cover my bills? In which case, again, it's a mismatch in your identity. Like what we were saying in terms of like delusion, almost like Delulu is the Salulu. There is an element of Delulu, because when you first start trying to shift any belief, it's going to feel like the most uncomfortable thing ever. And it's only once you start building evidence towards that belief, once you start actually letting that trade run to TP, is where you're going to be able to actually shift that belief and be able to say to your brain, oh, look, like this result actually worked out. Like it wasn't actually something negative. And if anything, you're going to end up feeling better than like if you had taken that $500 profit. Because the reason someone's asking that question is because they don't even feel good about the fact that they are taking those profits in the first place. So it's like, does that profit even serve the goal that you are trying to achieve?
That's a really good question. I love the approach that you've taken on that. It's actually really good. So coming from this question, something else, there was also a question about position sizing, but let's take it in general about the capital sizing. Because like you said, for example, about the bills, if someone has, let's say, 500 pounds or dollars to pay in bills, they're going to be trying, it's going to be very uncomfortable for them to risk this amount because they know what they can do with this amount. So I think it's like a level, for me personally, it's like a level of normality that we are used to in life in general that we also bring into. So what are the steps that someone needs to do to be more comfortable with sizing the position and sizing their account?
Shall we make you the case study?
Sorry?
So shall we make you the case study?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so okay, well, people can see this work in real time. Okay, so are you comfortable sharing what your portfolio is currently at right now?
Yeah. Well, let's say, if it comes, let's take Tradeify, for example, itself. This is let's say it's 450 approximately.
450K?
Yeah.
And where do you want to be sizing at? Like, where do you want your portfolio to be at?
I want to manage the fund. Okay. So let's say I want to manage the fund of investor. Let's take 10 million, for example.
Okay. And what are you currently doing in terms of your position sizing? Like, how much are you risking? How much are you comfortable with?
Let's say that, for example, I lost like a very big part of the capital last year on the crash. So I'm quite sizing, for example, up to like 5 contracts, standard ones on this capital in total. But because I lost a big amount of money on the crashes in the end of the year, it's bringing me back to that period of time. So it's like limiting the growth.
Yeah, we're going to get you over that right now. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason. So
absolutely.
It's very normal that you would be having this response to something where you've had to deal with something that is almost traumatic. Like when you lose a lot of money in the stock market and it's unexpected, that is what makes it traumatic. So the thing in the human brain that it hates is uncertainty. So what you'll find is like a lot of the negative things are occurring in your life or your trading. A lot of that is coming as a side effect of just having uncertainty about something. So with your situation, when you were trading consistently and you're making money and then the stock market crashes and now money has been taken away from you that you weren't expecting to go, you've brought in an element of uncertainty to your brain now to say that this could happen again. So now it's going to make trading even scarier for you. Now it's going to make trading a little bit more challenging for you, where you're going to feel like, can I even size up? Can I even risk this much? What if this happens again? So my next question for you is, what are you averaging in terms of your profit? Like, how much are you taking? Not how much you want to take, like how much are you taking right now?
Taken per trade or taken per what's per trade?
Yeah, like what's your average profit that you're targeting?
0.5% on
What
the
is that?
capital. Sorry?
In money terms, what is that?
Well, in let's say per trade is approximately what is it going to be, around 2,000.
Okay. And so in a dream scenario, how much are you taking on each trade? Say we're at the end of the year and you're hitting a particular target that you want to hit. Like, what is that number that you're taking in each trade?
10.
Okay. Have you ever been at the point where you've been taking $10,000
Yeah.
trades?
Yeah.
And was this now you've been pulled back because of the crash?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm now curious about who was showing up on the charts then versus who is showing up today. Are the goals for those two people the same? And if so, how do we take this person and bring her back? Like, how do we take those skills and those qualities, those belief systems and bring her back, right? So tell me something that you believed was true before that you don't necessarily believe is true anymore, or in the current way that you are trading.
It's not in trading, it's something different. Now, before I'm going to answer that, I just want to mention something to the community. Guys, we actually, besides having a 3-account giveaway in the end of the live stream, we also have the 50% off with a promo code that is shared on the stream, on the screen right now. So if you guys go to the screen, there is a promo code that you can use besides the giveaway, also giving you a 50% off. So make sure that you use it because it's a one-time offer, right? It might not be coming back. Now, getting back to this, to be fairly honest, I'm not sure if it's a good or bad thing, because at that moment, I believed that I'm going to get where I want to be much faster. So perhaps I was rushing it. Now, there is a bad and good side of this, because I do acknowledge that it's going to take longer, which is not a bad thing. Now, that being said, is also pulling me backwards because, like you said, it's a fear. So the person that I was there and taking much bigger payouts, for example, that I'm taking right now, is the person who is trying to do it faster, but also believes that can do it faster. And that, like that, that the period of time until I achieve the goal is going to be much shorter,
So you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm picking up a gap here, because you said that you believe that you can get there faster, but you're still not trading the same position size that you were trading before.
Yeah.
So that's a clash, right? Because there is part of you that is saying, I'm still not confident in holding the same position sizes that I was trading before, which, like naturally as a side effect of compounding, if you position yourself larger, you will get to that goal faster. However, I don't want you to size up if there's any part of you that is feeling fear, doubt, not able to hold those positions yet. So we have to work with that level. So have you first and foremost decided that $2,000 is actually your line where you don't feel any fear response kicking on, or is that you being safe? Because if so, I just want you to start experimenting with this and just start taking $2,500 on your trades. See how you feel. Do you have a fear response kick on, or do you still actually feel pretty neutral? Okay, cool. Now we know we can push it again. Now go for 3,000. Keep going until you find the bar that makes you go, oh shit, I need to exit this trade early because my target is 5,000. I'm up 2,000. That's what I would usually take. I'm just going to close the trade. So we want to find where is that actual line? Where is that resistance? Where is that pressure actually kicking on? From there, find that. That's awesome. That's what we want. That's where a lot of people are like, oh, fuck, this is now revealing something about me. I can't look at that. I can't work in that area. I'll just size down. But that's not what we want, right? We want to find that barrier. We want to find that place of resistance and actually be like, okay, now let's work with it. Now we know where your barrier is at. Otherwise, how do we know, right? We actually don't have a clue. So that's the first experiment I want you to start doing with yourself. Next, I want you to start writing down in that moment the beliefs that are showing up for you. Okay, so they could be completely irrational. I'm saying it could be a belief that is like, if I don't take this trade, I'm going to be homeless. Like, if I don't take, everyone's going to hate me. Everyone's going to think I'm a failure. I don't care what the belief is. Write it down, because it exists somewhere within your subconscious, and it may not be relevant for what you're dealing with today in your trading. It may have been a belief that was created 15 years ago at a cash register. Like, it literally could be so minor that the belief was created, and then your brain went, oh, this belief protected me, and now I need to reaffirm this belief in all my life. So in terms of like what those beliefs are, can you think of any that might be coming up for you right now, or do you think that it's something that you need to reflect on?
You know what? I would say that because we're saying that the money that was lost, the big part of it was the investor. So I had a fund. So I think the biggest belief and the biggest fear that is coming up now is a responsibility in front of other people, rather than my own capital. You know? So it's like they're not wanting to let people down more. Like, then, you know, that is the biggest stopper, I would say.
Who do you feel like you're letting down?
The clients.
Are you doing signal?
No, it's not a signal. It's
Then
like a capital.
why do you believe that you're letting them down?
It's worse. It's capital management.
Okay, so you're managing a fund.
Yeah. I used to. Yeah, that's basically the issue. So let's say I want to get back to the managing the fund. And I think it's going to be relevant to people as well in the chat, because it's a responsibility in front of others that we usually are feeling like letting down to, because the same feeling I had when I was just starting trading, for example, I didn't want to let my family down. You know, a lot of us are responsible for other people, for our family, for children, for just our parents. You know, we just don't, for our partner, whoever it is. And as traders, we bring all this responsibility to the charts. We bring this responsibility to funded accounts, the challenges that we try to pass. And it's like pulling us back, not because of the technical problems, but because the responsibility and the pressure is just too high. So how would you say one, including myself, would deal with that?
Is there any way, so wait, just to clarify, are you still managing the fund, or are you pausing that?
Yeah.
You're still managing it, okay. Yeah. The first thing I would do is like understand that you're never letting anyone down outside of yourself. So if you decide you're not comfortable with taking a trade, if I had given you $100,000 and you had told me I'm not in the right mindset, but because I'm managing your money, I now need to make money, I would go, are you out of your fucking mind? Save my capital, work on your mindset first, please. Like, the money will come, right? 100%. So you have to think of it in terms of that perspective. Like, if you're truly concerned with letting your clients down, then you need to work on your mindset, because the only thing that will let them down is if you don't focus on yourself.
No, but more about the question that for not taking full profit, for example. Because this is something that is like, okay, it's in a base. So let's say I passed that, but then, you know, the gap is still there, because taking any profit after the crash is better than not taking the profit and getting it back to break even, let's say like this. And this is, I think, also is relevant to people who are taking partial profits, getting out of the trades too early, you know, not letting the trades run and not passing the funded accounts, for example, and the result of it.
Mm-hmm. So again, that would come down to actually practicing that tool. So this is the thing, like with trading, it's not, with trading psychology, it's not as easy as me saying, okay, like, here's where you're going to put your entry from now on. That's your work. That's going to solve it. Yeah. With trading psychology, it's a series of steps, because you will constantly shed layers to this. But the first step is bringing that awareness in. So the first step is going to be like, when that resistance begins to kick on, you need to identify the fear. You have to sit with it. Like, it's unsexy work. I mean, I think it's sexy, but it's unsexy work to most people, right? Like, if you want to work on your mindset, your brain doesn't rewire by going, duck, duck. Your brain rewires by saying, which path are you going to choose? Like, here's the old belief. Here's the thing that's creating resistance. Here's the subconscious fear. And here's a new belief that I want to actually begin to incorporate. And then what will happen is opportunities will present themselves. you'll find yourself in positions where your winners are working for you and you have the opportunity to practice this. The universe will do that so much more for you. When you say you want change, holy fuck, will it start throwing shit in your face. So like, you need to be the person that's more aware in that moment to say like, I've got my beliefs written down. This is the belief. So when the scenario presents itself, you're able to basically keep your prefrontal cortex online, which is the logical part of the brain, to say, I'm going to now choose this path. Sorry, this is the old one. I'm going to now choose this path. I'm going to now choose this path. And there will be times, because again, the brain doesn't just go, dook, dook. It literally will continuously test you. Are you sure you don't want the old? But you've been practicing this for 15 years. You've had this fear for 15 years. It would be weird if I just stopped. Let me send it to you again. Are you going to give it attention? Are you going to give it focus? Like, that's what it really comes down to. And if you do give it attention and focus, are you giving it intention and focus from the perspective of, oh, fuck, why is life so hard for me? Why does this keep happening? Or does it come from an approach of, I don't want to believe this is true. This is what I actually believe is true. What evidence do I have to back this up? And in that moment, begin to start talking to yourself. It's going to feel so uncomfortable, I'm telling you right now. It's going to feel like you want to run away. It's going to feel like this isn't working. What the hell is going on? Suddenly it clicks. Suddenly it's like, whoa, like I would have usually gotten out of that position earlier, and I actually just didn't have a reaction. So it's like you were saying about Nimish, right? Like he had a 180 when he started doing this work. But that's why. It's because he started actually implementing the tools. He started doing the work. He let go of the timeline of like when things should happen also. But he had to do the slow work in order for him to go fast. And so then it's like within a month, you're taking a payout. After 2 months, now you've taken a 5-figure payout after not being profitable for like, what, 4 or 5 years. So it's the work that actually counts. But it's the work that people most often dismiss because there's no like physical result. You're going to do the work and there's nothing that's going to change in your external. It's not like an entry where you're like, okay, I'm just going to put it here now. This is different. This works by making sure that you're going to be put into scenarios that are going to trigger you, and you have to be the person that's like, okay, shit, like what do I actually want, and approach it differently.
I think it's just so priceless what you said, you know, but I think it's just really important that people are ready to ask themselves these questions, you know, because a lot of people I think come in and they listen and they're gonna ask questions, but are they gonna go back and really sincerely work on themselves? And I think it's just such a big difference. But thank you so much for...
No, you're fine. Yeah. It's important that people identify that like no one's perfect and it's okay to struggle. It's okay to struggle. Everyone struggles. I struggle. The world struggles. Like, the whole point about life is that you're going to face challenges because you say that you want a goal, right? If it's uncomfortable, if it's challenging, that means you're growing really and truly. Otherwise, you wouldn't feel shit, right? So the most important thing is like first and foremost recognizing that the challenges never stop in life. They will always, always, always be there. You going through a hard time isn't a signal of failure. It's a signal that you are at the edge of your previous capacity. If you can push through that, if you can show up differently, just take a new action, write down the beliefs, identify what the old beliefs were, identify, so I'm reading the chat, identify what you want to believe. And in those moments, you go ahead and you actively try to apply that. And again, it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel uncomfortable. Why wouldn't it? It's new. Your brain doesn't know that version of you, even if it's good for you.
Wow. People love it in the chat. I'm reading the comments and everyone is just so fascinated with you now. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The guys are gonna push me soon, so I would love to answer a couple of questions from the chat if you don't mind. So also, you answered so many of them even without reading it.
Nice.
But there are a few that also I think are gonna be really, really good for the concluding what you said before. So let's say someone was going through the periods of the drawdowns and losing streaks, losing accounts. A couple of practical things they can use to get their confidence back up, to get back into the market when someone is afraid to take the next trade.
First, you do need to regulate your nervous system. Like, I cannot stress how important that is just for even just general life. Like, having the ability to regulate your nervous system. If you've been in drawdown for a while, first, again, you do need to look at your strategy. Like, is it actually working for you? Does it fit your personality type? Are you a trader who likes to trade breakouts? Like, and then you're going to sit in drawdown most likely while a new higher low or a lower high is being created. Are you a trader who's comfortable with that? Firstly, like asking yourself these strategy questions, or are you someone who would prefer to get in on a pullback, you know? So find the strategy that fits your personality type first and foremost. And then secondly, with the drawdown, it's now again, it's a case of building evidence for your brain to show that you can be confident. So you don't necessarily need to back test, but I would say just size down enough that you don't feel anything about the number. So like if, for example, there's a trader who's in drawdown, I'm assuming they're probably consistently in drawdown. I'm assuming that they're probably taking on average $500 to $1,000 on their winning trades, but their losing trades are blowing their accounts. So with that assumption, because I'm not talking to the person, with that assumption, ask yourself, what is the lowest number that you can size down to? And I say to people, make the number stupid. Like I'm talking like you're willing to risk $20 on a trade. Find that part where your brain, your body, your like physiology actually feels comfortable even losing that amount in the first place. And yet I'm not saying stay there forever. I'm just saying give your brain enough evidence that it can rewire back into safety. And then we can begin to size you back up. It's not a forever thing, it's a temporary measure, right? It's like you get an injury at the gym, you're not gonna go back and start lifting the same weight. What would happen? You'd get injured. It doesn't mean you're never gonna get back there. It just means temporarily you might have to slow down. You might have to do mobility. You might have to do like resistance bands or whatever it is, right? You may not be able to go as hard. However, without slowing down and doing that and slowing down your nervous system, showing your body it's safe to move, blah, 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 you can't get back to where you were. So again, it's that belief system that we were talking about right at the start, which is a lot of traders do have an internal belief that says that this isn't going to work for them. And so if they believe it's not going to work for them, they feel like they have to speed up because that's the only way that they can control the outcome to make it work. So, but if you have a belief system that is like, no matter what, every single thing is being designed perfectly to make sure I can hit this goal. And this thing isn't a setback, it's a set up if I'm willing to take it in the right way. And the more times you can train your brain to actually be like, I'm comfortable with drawdown, or I've been in drawdown before and look at me overcome it, the more likely it is that you're going to be able to hold like these bigger position sizes, hold on to your winners for longer because you don't fear the loss anymore.
That's a very good advice. Yeah, I think that size and down so they don't. Sorry?
I said half the time I don't even know if I answered the question because my brain just
no,
goes.
Okay. You definitely did. I think you answered a couple of those during the talk. No, it was amazing. Honestly, I think sizing down is really underrated. People would always try to push further, and it feels like the next that's their solution for the next problem is to size up, but it's actually sizing down to the point you don't feel anything towards the trade, to build the confidence back up about yourself as a trader and about your system as well. Now, there is one question that I really loved in the chat that goes like, what? And I think only you can answer this. Honestly, like I can't imagine anyone else. I can answer this question. What is which belief and which advice from trading psychologists is believed to be good, but is actually harmful in a matter of fact?
So I don't know if it's like a direct quote per se, but I would say like the idea that traders think that they need to be more disciplined is something that is very harmful, because a lot of the times people will come to me and they'll be like, I just need to be more disciplined. If I could just wait for blah, 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 then I would be more. And the reality is like, you're not lacking discipline. You have enough discipline to mark your charts. You have enough discipline to wake up for market open. You have enough discipline to eat well in your life. You have enough discipline to show up for your job. Why do you think all of a sudden your discipline just fades in the charts? It's nothing to do with discipline. It's to do with the fact that you just haven't completed your skill set. Like it's when people learn a strategy, if you're doing a driving test, when people learn a strategy, they're basically learning the theory. They haven't actually got behind the wheel and said, this is how I drive the car. This is how I speed up. This is how I make sure that I can make this turn or whatever it is, right? So when it comes to like the trading psychology side of things, for me, I'm like, you don't need more discipline. We just need to make sure your discipline has the ability to be actually used at the time that you need it. And so we have to do things like making sure that we're keeping your prefrontal cortex online, making sure that you're not facing something called the amygdala hijack, which is basically where your brain goes into a threat response and you aren't making logical decisions anymore. Your subconscious is driving the actions, which is why we have to find those fears and the beliefs, because it's those beliefs that are present when the amygdala has hijacked your system. And so then once we can again find those beliefs, because remember, this is number one, we need to bring awareness into it. But first, if we can find those beliefs, in the moment where you think that you lack discipline, we can actually show your brain that, hold on, I'm not lacking discipline at all. I'm completely disciplined. What is happening is I am actually just having a response with 100% discipline based on this old belief. I'm so disciplined on this old belief that I'm just implementing that instead. So we need to make the discipline apply to the new beliefs. We need to pull that out. We need to say that it's ultimately about like, what do you even want? You know, like, what do you really believe is true about you? Have you looked at those beliefs? Does that answer the question? I don't know.
I think so. I think it really does. It's actually very, very amazing, because all the reels and all the shorts are about the discipline majority of the times. But people, I think, mistake this discipline with the idea of actually the accountability, I would say, perhaps to yourself.
Yep.
And maybe the last one, since we are quite in the end of it. So how to remove self-sabotage tendencies in trading. So a couple of steps that someone would take, considering that there are different reasons for the self-sabotage, of course, as well.
Yeah, can you ask me the question again?
Yeah, if someone has tendencies to self-sabotage themselves in trading, what would be the steps to get rid of the self-sabotage inside?
I think, again, it kind of goes back to what I just said in terms of you're not self-sabotaging. You're completely moving into the version of you who wants to make that decision in your subconscious. So it might seem like self-sabotage on the surface, but it means that there's, again, this gap in your identity that you haven't worked with. So you're not actually self-sabotaging, you're just making decisions in line with an identity that no longer serves you, right? So we need to find those beliefs. Again, I know I feel like I'm repeating this, but it's because I know there's people in the chat and I'm like, I can't get to every single one of you. So what is something practical that you can do today?
Exactly.
And that would, first and foremost, begin to identify the beliefs, right? Once you identify the beliefs, there's other things that you can do in that moment. Like on my YouTube, for example, I have a free 7-minute meditation. It's like a reset, a trader reset. You're going through FOMO, watch that. In the moment that you have FOMO, go ahead and watch that. How many people, though, would say 100% I would watch this thing? It's 7 minutes long and it's going to stop me from getting FOMO. It's going to stop me from blowing my account, stop me from revenge trading. 1,000% I would watch that. But then in the moment, who's actually showing up and doing it?
Yeah.
So there's a gap. Right? Like, do you even really want this? Or do you want to remain as the person who's struggling? Are you going to take the actions required to get you to your goal? Right? So that's what I would say about self-sabotage. Actually identify the actions that you're taking. Do they even serve you towards getting to your goal?
That's a very beautiful question to ask ourselves in general as traders, I think, and I would say daily, because checking in with yourself daily to just make sure that you are still aligned with the same goals, with the same dreams where you're going is just so crucial as well. And the actions aligning with the goals. It's so basic, but it's so important, to just check in with yourself sometimes. Now, Thank you so much. I'm actually going to put some responsibility on you, if you don't mind, and pick one more question in the chat from your perspective. And that's going to be our third winner of a giveaway as well. So some question that you think is very important for traders.
Okay, pressure. All right, well, how about this? Everyone ask a question right now, and then I can just pick.
Perfect. Guys, if questions were not answered, repeated, just please don't put it about the technical side of trading, because that's not why we're here today. We're here for this every single other day, but just make sure it's something extremely valuable, it's something that can only answer you. because her perspective is going to be priceless and potentially can help you already tomorrow if you implement it.
Okay, I'm going to say this one because it was the one that stood out to me the most. Where did it go? What habits outside of trading have improved trading psychology the most? And the reason I'm going to answer that over the other ones right now, and also if you guys do have questions, feel free to DM me. But if the reason I'm going to answer that is because it's probably the most important thing. Like, trading psychology isn't built on the charts. It's built in your everyday life. There will be patterns that are taking place outside of the charts in your everyday life, challenges, things like that. How you respond to those challenges is going to determine the person you are on the charts. I'll give you a prime example. I have injuries because I love gym. So I have a series of injuries that I've accumulated throughout the years because I'm like, I'm just going to push. I don't give a fuck. Like, oh, my knees feel like a little bit better. Cool. I'm going to start running for like 5 times a week now. And obviously it's going to lead to issues. I'm healed in that capacity, but it's going to lead to issues. Now, throughout the years, like, I ended up getting like a neck injury or whatever it is, like pushing too hard, right? Pushing my body too hard. My journey right now is asking me to slow down, which is like my hardest thing. Like, that is my biggest challenge. Everyone who knows me, like, you ask me to rest, I'm like, but I can't. Like, I actually love what I do. It's not, I don't want to, you know? So with gym and training, fitness, nutrition, all of that good stuff, I know I'm being pushed right now to slow down. I've wanted to go gym like 5 times this week. Every time I'm like awake, I'm in my gym gear in the morning, and my body is like, no, you're not. You're going to just do yoga today. And I have to fight my body to say like, fuck, like, okay, we're going to slow down because that's going to speed things up. I also have evidence of this that I built for myself previously to say, like, if I slowly recover my injuries, do I feel better or worse than if I'm pushing through them? I felt better. So now I'm being asked to repeat the process. I'm aware of it. You see, I'm like very in tune with like what is happening outside of my life that is affecting me on the charts. And I know if I can slow myself down here, it's going to speed up the process to which I get to whatever result I want to get to, right? It's the same thing for trading. If you can slow down, it's going to speed up your process. So look for the patterns in your life, the things that are taking place, the points where you would usually get frustrated. Maybe you're driving a car, someone cuts you off. Are you reactive? Did you go, what the fuck? Because that's the same as like a red candle moving against you quickly. What's your reaction? How are you being reactive to like uncertain situations or things coming out of the blue? So really, really, really in everyday life, everything is being orchestrated. You're welcome. Everything is being orchestrated for your goals. There is nothing that is happening in your life that is occurring because it's working against you. I always say the universe is conspiring in your favor. It wants to give you 100% of what you want, 100%. But who are you showing up as? Because it's only the universe never gives you what you want. It gives you who you are. So who are you showing up as? What are the beliefs you're carrying? Are you willing to slow down? Are you willing to do the hard thing? I hope that answers everything.
That's amazing question. That's a amazing question and really good answer. Now, thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you for incredible value you've given. Guys, remember that we couldn't answer all the questions. We can stay here, I think, 24 hours and you still will have questions enough. So please make sure that you go to her channel, first of all. You go to her Instagram. She has so much valuable content there. And Nav was kind enough to say that you can actually DM her questions as well. So make sure that you go there, you check out her social media. It's incredible amount of valuable there. So, and every single one of you, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being with us. Remember, there is a still 50% discount code available. It's pinned in the chat. So you can go there. The code is MIND50, so you can use it as well. And there are 3 winners of our giveaway. So now picked the question that was from Gitch Dariel. And the other 2 were from Gadil Trades and Luna. So please make sure that you have your emails in your YouTube so we can reach out to you and give you an account. So those are the 3 winners of our today's giveaway. Congratulations, every single one of you. Well, guys, now with all these advices, go get this account, trade profitable. And if you still have any questions, please make sure to check out now, send her a message. Thank you so much for being with us. And thank you from my side as well for for giving me a couple of advices. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna definitely implement those too.
Keep
So
me
thanks a
posted
lot.
on how that works for you. I'm curious, and then I can tell you what to do for the next step.
100%. We'll talk about this already on the side as well.
Okay, amazing.
use this proper. Pretty much. Thank you so much.
The first time I'm like training the coach and the student at the same time. Don't worry, this happens. So.
I wasn't actually thinking about that. I'm not feeling bad about that at all.
Okay, good.
This part of my personality is far long gone already. So
Read that. This is good, right? Because it already shows you that the fear that you were saying, that you have this fear of like letting people down, it's not as strong as you think. Because the fear that is saying that I'm embarrassed to like basically reveal where my limitations are isn't true, because you literally just openly said like, I'm not worried about getting training as a coach. So the old belief doesn't actually exist within your new personality. You see how you're being given evidence. Just start to recognize it.
Thank you so much. I have a problem recognizing those things sometimes, just like you have a problem not going to the gym. So yeah, we all have those things that we are working on, I would say.
Yeah.
We all do. Guys, thank you so much for being with us today. Now, thank you so much for your time. I do hope it's not the last time that you are with us, and we're going to see each other again, and you're going to come more for the Tradeify TV, Tradeify Crypto TV. Everyone, thank you once again. We're going to be back tomorrow with more live trading, so make sure that you're here once again tomorrow. We're going to have a look at some charts, and our amazing two other hosts as well, Ayush and Jonatan, will be back as well with us. Thank you so much. Have a profitable trading week ahead of you. Now have an amazing week as well, and we'll see you back soon, hopefully.
See you guys.